So continuing our crash course of copywriting, let's now talk about some core elements that make up copywriting. Now, you won't always use all of these things for any time you use copy, but these are the kind of basic core elements. So the first one is you have the headline. This is the most important element of copy. This is the A in the AIDA formula of getting attention. You use a headline. Now, this would be used on an AdWords ad, on a Facebook ad. Even a banner ad or graphic that you'd use would have some kind of words, and that's typically a headline. Same thing on a YouTube video, you'd have a title of it, or you'd have some kind of opening splash screen that would have some words that express what the video is about, why people need to watch it. This is all down to the headline, which you probably already know what a headline is. So the example of a headline, discover how to save over $275 a month on your electric bill. That's the kind of sentence that has benefits within it and pulls people in to want to learn more. So then we have the next thing is the subheadline. So sometimes you can have a headline on a page, and then under it you have kind of a secondary headline. It's usually not as big as far as font size, but it's just as important, but it also goes along with the headline, so it accompanies it. So another one would be easy method for managing your home lighting automatically. So that supports this headline example of saving the $275. And then there's a pre-headline, which isn't used so much anymore. This is used more in like kind of long sales letter copy, which the internet has kind of gotten away from. There's more video sales letters now selling products and services, or people use webinars to sell products and services. So not so much long form copy on a page, but when there can be a pre-headline, that's a bit of supporting copy that kind of people will see first and then flows them into that slide we're talking about, into the headline. So a pre-headline could be, finally, anyone can cut their utility costs right away, ... And then that would be in small copy, and then you'd see the larger headline, discover how to save over $275 a month on your electric bill, so on and so forth. The next thing we have are bullets. Bullets are these little sentences that give some quick hitting details about what a product is about or what's included in it. And they're typically done to really build intrigue. There's kind of two core ways that you can write a bullet. One, it gives some content or some quality information away in the sentence itself, or it's all a mystery. So an example is 3 ways to control your lights without a home automation system. That's mystery because you don't know what those 3 ways are. You got to buy the product to learn those 3 ways. Other types of bullets will say something like 3 ways to control your lights without a home automation system, and why you shouldn't use, and then it'll name some different brands or something, or it'll name the brand you should be using. There's obviously there are many different ways to write any types of copy, including bullets. But so some bullets can just be total intrigue. Other ones can actually teach and inform. But bullets are those sentences you see that kind of one after the other on different types of sites that kind of give the details about, if it's an opt-in form and you're giving away a special report, you'll want to have little bullets that kind of tell them what they're going to learn in the report. And that builds their intrigue and they gets them to opt in because they want to know the 3 ways to control your lights without a home automation system in this example. Home automation system. So the next thing is, another thing to learn about copy is what's called a takeaway. A takeaway is where you get people all excited about something and then you put in qualifiers or you make some kind of statement where, but I have to be honest, this isn't for everyone. And that in a way makes people want it even more. They're like, well, I want to qualify for it. I hope I'm able to have the opportunity to join this or to buy this. So a sentence would be like, this is only for people that qualify as responsible homeowners. Well, if someone's interested in this example of this home automation lighting thing for saving money, and they were to see something like that, they immediately might think, well, I wonder if I'm a responsible homeowner or not, and if I'm even able to buy this thing. So takeaways are very, very powerful. Risk reversal, it's stuff like if you don't double the return on your investment in 60 days, get all your money back. It's basically taking the risk off of them and making it appear that it's on the company selling the product. So that's risk reversal. It's essentially a money back guarantee, but risk reversals can be even more complex than just a simple money back guarantee. So here's the basic flow that most people use in sales pages, sometimes video sales letters, sometimes webinars. I'll get to the kind of video flow here in a lesson that's coming up in this module. But this is a basic flow of copy when selling something. So there'd be a headline and then a subheadline that supports the headline and then an opener. An opener is the initial paragraph, or if it's a video, it's the initial thing that's talked about. And that opener, it's like the opening scene to a movie. If it's not really good and intriguing and interesting, you're going to lose people. They leave. But if it is, you pull them in, and especially if you do what's called opening a loop. So you introduce something or talk about something that you're going to teach them or show them something or reveal something. You're opening a loop, and then by the end of the whole message, you close the loop. So a good opener gets people to keep reading. So you have the opener, you pull them in, then you want to establish your credibility or your company's credibility, who you are, why they should pay attention to you, what kind of background you have, any of those types of things. And then you lead into what I call story of discovery. You talk about how you figured out the solution to whatever it is that you sell, or how the product came about, or why. If you invented, a better tent, how you were camping once, and the problems you had with the normal tents on the market, and how that led to your invention of this better tent, so on and so forth. Then you introduce the product. Then you have bullets and details about the product, and then you can have testimonials. Now, you don't have to have all these pieces, but the more of it you do, typically it helps with conversions. So then you have testimonials or success stories, so people can hear from other people that have bought the product and have used it. One of the most powerful things in all of marketing is not what you can say about what it is that you sell for your business, but what other people that have already made the decision that the person looking at your marketing is about to make. In other words, the people that have already bought your thing and what their experience with it was. That's very powerful for someone to be exposed to and read. And in fact, you can also use testimonials, quotes, success stories, or just comments on an opt-in page. That really helps too with the opt-in rate. If someone gives a quote like, "This special report really saved me a lot of money. I'm so glad I took the 30 seconds to download and read it." Things like that. Now, one little kind of sidebar here, and again, from my opening overview and kind of disclaimer when we started this course, I'm not an attorney. What I'm about to say is not legal advice, but you should know that testimonials are very sensitive when it comes to different government regulations like the Federal Trade Commission of the United States, other types of governing bodies that control trade commissions and guidelines on what marketers can and cannot say in their marketing. So make sure you know those rules. For example, the rules in the United States with the FTC have really changed over the last 5 to 7 years. A lot of make money types of products used to use all kinds of testimonials and success stories. You'll notice now that very few make money types of products in the United States even use testimonials anymore. It's because there's so much scrutiny and so many rules against it. You can get in a lot of trouble if you're selling, for example, a real estate investing course teaching people how to make money flipping properties, and you use testimonials from your past customers showing how like Bob made $150,000 after he bought your system, and Sally is now making an extra 20 grand a month from residual income from all the properties she's bought and flipped because of your system. Believe it or not, you can actually get into trouble for using those types of things. And there are all these rules now that you must stick to if you're going to use those types of testimonials, and you'll want to look into it for yourself because it's some sensitive marketing areas that's very regulated now. Anyways, after the testimonial success story part, then you eventually lead into here's how much the thing is, and if it has a regular price that's struck through, and today it's a discounted price, then you give the discount, and then you can kind of stack the value of the offer by adding bonuses, and ultimately you state the guarantee, and then you ask them to order. But those are the core elements of copy, the core flow of copy. So hopefully by now you're probably recognizing some of this stuff even if you don't know much about copywriting, but you've of course bought products from other people, including Traffic Secrets. You recognize some of these things. You've been exposed to these things. Well, that's because it just makes up marketing that works, and this is what people use on the internet to sell things, and what you need to be using as well. So those are some core elements of copy.